No mai, kake mai ki te kauta o Whānau Kai. Welcome to the Whānau Kai kitchen. Today we are making some beautiful little petite biscuits that kind of do your head in. What are they called? Feijoa and lime macarons. Now they're getting delivered to Gemma, and there's this little kōrero that is surrounded around the story. Now I want to tell you. So Bex and Gemma, they met on a Facebook page a wee while ago. They didn't really know each other, but then Bex went into crisis because her dad was diagnosed with cancer. She came to Auckland and Gemma opened up her home to her. She took her to the hospital every day, drove her there, fed her, housed her, and looked after Bex, even though they didn't really even know each other very well. And I just think it is a beautiful story of humanity and love. And so Gemma, these little babies are for you. Okay, so macarons can be tricky. I have spent a lot of time making them and they really do your head in. Ahakoa tonu, even so, I am here to show a few little tricks that I think can achieve a great macaron. Nā reira, koina ngā kai ka whakamahia e tātou, here are the ingredients you need.
Kia rua Whakakahu Heki, 2 egg whites. Kia kotahi kokoiti Wai Raimi, 1 teaspoon of lime juice. Kia toru koko nui Huka One, 3 tablespoons of caster sugar. He Tae Kai, food colouring. Kia kotahi kokoiti Kiri Raimi, 1 teaspoon of lime zest. Kia toru hau whakapu Peru Penupenu, 3/4 of a cup of almond meal. Kia toru hau whakapu Puehu Huka, 3/4 of a cup of icing sugar. Into your bowl, add your Whakakahu Heki and Wai Raimi. Whakapāhukahukatia. Whip it real good until you get soft peaks, and then slowly add in your Huka One. Now you want to whip it for around 6 minutes and then add in your Tae Kai and your Kiri Raimi. Whip it for another couple of minutes until you get stiff peaks like so. Now add your Peru Penupenu and Puehu Huka into a sifter and sift into a bowl. Now sift it again onto your meringue. By doing this gives you a super smooth macaron. Now it's time to fold. My trick with this is do this about 65 to 70 times and actually count it until you get this consistency. Perfect.
I just want to interrupt here. I have tried lots of different techniques of macaron making and I stumbled across this idea that you do the folding for 65 to 70 times, and it sounded really weird, but for some reason it gives an almost no fail mixture. Anyway, back to piping. Get on with that.
Onto your baking paper, trace around a small jar so that each macaron is the same size. Now add your mixture into a piping bag and pipe on. I usually count to about 3 seconds is a perfect amount of time. Once you've done that, you want to bang your tray 4 times on the bench and pop any little air bubbles you find.
Okay, so your biscuits, your macarons are piped. Now, with this type of macaron, what happens is it starts off with a really shiny surface, and when you touch the top of the macaron, it looks like this. So it sticks to your finger, right? All you need to do is I recommend putting it under your range hood. I tried that today and it really works. Somewhere nice and dry where the air is cool. And after an hour and a half to 2 hours, this is what will happen. So that's when you know that it's ready. You touch the top of the macaron and it no longer sticks to your finger, and it will also have kind of a dull appearance to it. So then all you do is throw it in the oven or gently place it in the oven in a 140-degree oven and fan bake for just shy of 20 minutes. Woohoo! So, if you have shiny tops, smooth topped macarons, and little feet, which is that little bubbly line that you see underneath the macaron, you are a macaron champion. And now we can move on to the buttercream.
Kia rua Whakakahu Heki, 2 egg whites. Kia haurua kapu Huka One, half a cup of caster sugar. Kia kotahi rau rima tekau karamu pata, 150 grams of butter. Kia toru tekau karamu whirihua tauraki tio, 30 grams of freeze-dried whijawa. Into a bowl, add your Whakakahu Heki and Huka One. You want to add this onto a pot of simmering water and make sure that the bowl isn't touching the water. You just want to mix this, and the way that you test to know if it's ready is when you rub it between your fingers, you can no longer feel the sugar. Now you want to whip it. Whakapāhukahukatia. Whip it. Wait until you get this beautiful glossy meringue after around 5 or 6 minutes, and then add in your butter. Make sure that your butter is at room temperature, and when you push it, it presses in. You don't want this too cold. Now add your whirihua tauraki tio. I just put that through a sieve and grate it in that way. Combine it all, and it is done.
Ka pai e hua ma. So, your whijawa flavoured Swiss buttercream is all complete. If you just want to end it there, put them onto your little macarons and then sandwich them up and away you go, all good. Or if you want to kind of punch that lime flavour right through the roof, we are going to do some candied lemon zest.
He Kiri Raimi, lime zest of 2 limes. Kia haurua kapu huka, half a cup of sugar. Kia haurua kapu wai, half a cup of water. Peel your raimi, limes, not lemons as I said before, and cut them into thin strips. Now add them to a pot and cover them with cold water. Now you want to bring that to a boil, take them out, put them in a sieve and then plunge them into ice cold water. Discard your water and start it fresh with cold water. Add your lime zest in, bring it to the boil again and do the same process. Take it out, plunge it into ice cold water and leave it to the side. Now you're making your syrup. Add your huka and your wai into a pot, and you want to bring this to a simmer until the sugar is dissolved. Once it's dissolved, add in your lime zest again, and you want to simmer for 6 to 8 minutes until sticky and delicious. And this is the result. Perfection.
I love this lemon zest, and what you can do with the leftover syrup is you could drizzle it over a cake, over cupcakes. It is beautiful. Anyway, let us assemble these beautiful little babies and share all the love for Gemma.
Add your whijawa Swiss meringue buttercream into a piping bag, or you could just use a teaspoon and put a little dollop on each one. You're adding it to every second one, and just try not to add too much as these macarons are really delicate. Now add your lids and press gently down. We take our lime zest, not lemon zest as I keep saying, and I just circle those on the top with beautiful lavender flowers. You know I love them. And we are done. Packaged up for Gemma, sent to her whare. Mai tōku kauta ki tō kauta ki ki ana ki te aroha.
Gemma, you are an amazing wahine. Your story speaks volumes of kindness, of sharing, of generosity. And from Bex and from me and all the whānau kai whānau, I just want to acknowledge you, and I hope you just feel loved. You are loved. Ki te hunga mātaki, to all of the viewers, thank you for all of your comments, your tautoko, your support, and your aroha. I hope you have a wonderful week. Ka kite.
Whakapāhukahuka, whip. Whakapāhukahukatia, whip it. Whakapāhukahukatia ngā Whakakahu Heki, whip the egg whites. Ahakoa tonu, even so.